Hello, this is Victor at RestoreYourMercedes.com. This video is for Eric in California. Okay, Eric, so here are your units done, and they had been energized on the bench for, I would say, about maybe 15 hours or so. Long time. They cleaned up very nicely. Internally, they're very nice. So I didn't really even go hard on the cases. They cleaned off well, and the gaskets are preserved. If you want, you can reuse them. They're actually pretty good, not ripped or anything. Both sides. That's another one over there. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to take it off the bench. So the temperatures, as you can see, they have been running for a while. As you can see, they get quite warm. For example, this is a cold unit, and as you can see, 76 here, and this one reaches like over 100, and same on this one. Hotter they get, the better the test, you know. So that is definitely some units that had been energized for a while. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the actual values, just to show that they're both equal. So 454, 454, this is where we want to be. Don't mind these are different always. So when I open the throttles, see, if I open them up, the readings change and they follow. 309, 309, you can see that is good. And basically I don't really have an issue with these units. They work well. And this is idle. Okay, 454, and the other one 454. So we're good in this department, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug them to the vehicle real quick, show you how they work on the car. Because on the bench, as I made many videos about this, they don't open all the way. They only open halfway or 3/4 maybe. When connected to the vehicle, they will open all the way 90 degrees. So here we have like maybe 75, 80 degrees, 75 opening. But again, because this is just regular diagnostic mode, standalone computer, so obviously we do not have any other computers connected to the vehicle. So I mean to this computer, so they don't see each other. So that's not good. It's not working. Now I don't know what else to show you. I mean, basically, well, maybe we can see these two change. I don't know, we'll see. Let's see if I open these throttles. Sometimes it doesn't change, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, when they're connected to the vehicle, it's totally different story. Right now, this is just, like I said, diagnostic mode. So many things do not read. Okay, so I'm going to plug it into the vehicle. I'm going to show you the activation there, and then also I'll start the car so you can actually see that these units work without tripping ASR light, and at least temporarily. Okay, so here we are with both units connected to the vehicle, another V12, and as you can see, my throttles are done same exact way that I do all the others. I just have to paint your connectors, but other than that, it's the same way, and they work great. So now, where's my key? Oh, here's the key. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to put on the ignition, and then when we put on the ignition, both units will have to go through the learning cycle, and they will also work in sync. So let's just do that. Put on the ignition. Okay, ignition's on. So first I'm gonna run it real quick, and then I'm gonna let them go through learning. Here's the learning, you're gonna see it in a minute. Well, maybe not. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, they will learn it themselves anyhow. What I wanted to show is the actual synchronization between two. As you can see, they both open 90 degrees now, and that's the way they're supposed to work. This is another diagnostic mode. This is just when all computers are connected, they see each other. Now we have full activation. Okay, so that is a good thing. Learning process basically happens is if you shut it down, the ignition, just let it be for a few seconds. Put ignition back on. Basically like a self-learning. It's not really extremely important, but they're supposed to twitch and find their stops. There it goes. You can see it's doing it by itself. There it goes. Alright, so that's it. This is basically how they do it. Again, it's good to do this and let it be. Usually it's not really super recommended, but it's good to do it. Now, in terms of the vehicle starting, right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the car and obviously throttles that are on the intake manifold, they're not connected, so we're going to have wrong air supply to the engine. The engine is cold, so it's all like out of whack right now. The most important test that I wanted to do is I wanted to have the engine run and blip the throttles a couple of times so you can see that they continue working and the ASR light does not come on. That is what I meant by temporary kind of activation, because you know I cannot do this for a long time. It's just that I can just blip the throttle, but if you know, in reality, if anything is wrong with these units, you move the throttle right now, they would shut off. So it's just not the case. They do work. I mean, if there is some sort of discrepancies and readings in between the two, they will shut off. But still, I'll just start it up and let it run for a little bit. And there we go. Now, even with throttles not even installed on the intake manifold, we still have more or less decently stable idle. It's a cold start, that's why. So now I'm going to blip the throttles quite a couple of times. As you can see, they try to adjust for idle speed, but obviously they're not on the intake manifold, so it's not gonna happen. So right now the car basically just runs on whatever air it can get in through the openings on throttles that are installed on the vehicle, not energized. But again, as you can see, there is no ASR light. The bulb is there, it's just that the ASR light is not lit because throttles do work. So basically this is where we're gonna end this. They're basically ready to go. As you can see, they work. I cannot do this for long because eventually they will go into limp because I'm not pressing on the gas pedal. So that's what I meant by temporary activation. But you also hear RPMs go up. That means that computers see that the throttle is off idle, so it gives a little bit more fuel to get RPMs a little higher because it's ready for acceleration. So I don't have any issues with this setup. Let me shut it down, put ignition back on so you can actually see again real quick the activation, and basically off we go. These are working units and they're ready to be mailed back to you. Alright, so I'm gonna wrap this up. This is Victor at historiamercedes.com. Thank you for watching.